When it comes to a good spirit, what is your favorite drink of choice? And when it comes to fragrances, what is your favorite boozy note? That's exactly what we're talking about today. Let's do it. Very excited about this video today because I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite notes in fragrance and perfumery, which is boozy notes. We're talking absinthe, whiskey, brandy, cognac, rum, whatever it is, I am covering today, and these are going to be my best boozy notes of all time to date. So brace yourselves, grab a drink, let's hop into them. I'm gonna kick things off here with a fragrance that unfortunately has been discontinued. It's a little bit hard to find. You're gonna say, Max, why the hell are you talking about a discontinued fragrance? Because it deserves to be talked about, guys. You know, I share with you things that are off the beaten path or hidden gems, and this is one such fragrance. I'm talking about Barolo from the house of Boticário from Brazil, and this is a special reserve fragrance released in 2008. I think it was discontinued around 2012, give or take. And this, my friends, is the best expression of a great wine-based scent. This was a fragrance that was created in 2007, 2008, and it was actually aged in Barolo wine caskets or barrel to give this an incredible, amazing wine facet. It is one of my favorite wine fragrances in the world. I mean, it is safe to say it's my favorite wine fragrance in the world. You can't really find this as easy, but it's still around on the internet. And I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, you find this, grab it before it's totally gone. It's gonna run you about $150 to $200 USD, but I'm telling you, if you don't like it, hit me up and I'll grab it from you. Barolo, one of the best, if not the best wine expression fragrance, period. So this video is going to be broken down into two categories. This was an honorable mention that I just talked about. Now we're gonna do designers because it was hard to do just 10, so I'm doing the top 15 for you guys, 5 designers and 10 niche, which I think between the boozy notes that I like, these are the best expression of those boozy notes in the market today. So let's start with the designer's choices. We're gonna kick things off here with this fragrance here from Bentley, which is my favorite car fragrance brand. This is Bentley Ferment Intense. I'm sure you've heard about this fragrance. This is the best boozy fragrance money can buy when it comes to price proposition. Smells great, lasts a long time, and this fragrance here is comprised of whiskey, leather, and spices. Absolutely stunning. All right, this next choice here, it's funny. There's an anecdote here. There's a story about this fragrance because I first heard about this fragrance around 2010. It was initially released in 2009. And this fragrance here, right around 2012, when I was trying to get myself a bottle, was impossible to find. And people were gladly paying $200 to $300 for a used partial bottle of this fragrance. And I'm talking about Pure Malt from Thierry Mugler, Amen Pure Malt. This particular fragrance, guys, is going to be a fragrance that's comprised of whiskey, dried fruits, gorgeous patchouli, malt, that milky facet that you get with Amen, but this amplifies the booziness of Amen. Absolutely incredible fragrance, long-lasting, powerful, pure malt from Mugler. Amazing, guys. Check this out if you haven't. You're not gonna disappoint. If you like boozy, this is a great one. Next up, we have a fragrance that I absolutely love. You guys know this makes a lot of my top fragrance lists because it has obviously great boozy notes in here. This is going to be the feel of a club. Jazz Club, as the name implies, perfectly fitted here for this fragrance. And Jazz Club is going to have notes of tobacco, spices, and whiskey. Absolutely indulging, absolutely intoxicating. Jazz Club from Mason Martin Margiela. The second to last fragrance here is, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, of course, for my taste, the best designer release over the past decade. This takes the original fragrance. This is actually a flanker, a better flanker than the original. Of course, the original's been reformulated to death, so I like this better these days because it took that gorgeous leather slash violet leaf and added this scrumptious vanilla bourbon note. And of course, I'm talking about Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Enough said, you guys are hearing a lot about this fragrance for a reason. Get yours today. All right, guys, next up here, the final pick for the designers is a doozy. This happens to be my favorite designer release in the market today. I'm telling you, this is a perfect expression of the amber, spicy fougere, neo-fougere type scent. And I'm talking about, of course, Cartier Pasha Parfum. This fragrance is comprised of whiskey, patchouli, spices, sandalwood, resins, and fir, balsam fir. Absolutely stunner of a fragrance, guys. This is classic meets modern to perfection. Again, my favorite designer release currently in the market. You need this in your collection if you have your taste similar to mine. All right, guys, before I get into the niche picks, I want to just let you know that you can try any of the fragrances on this list, all 15 of them except for Barolo. You can't really find that one at perfume.com. Use my code MAX15. You know all about the best decant sampling site in the world today. Try it before you buy it, perfume.com. And of course, you can find all these fragrances listed below. As you know, I make your life easier. So check them in the description and enjoy the savings. All right, guys, kicking off the list, this beautiful fragrance. And I'm gonna start off breaking down the walls because this fragrance here is an amazing boozy scent. Happened to be, it's a very special fragrance to me because it was my scent of the day for my wedding. It was my wedding day scent. So I love this fragrance, and why it's in the 10th spot is because I wear this very gingerly, only on special occasions. And I'm talking about Maj de Bacali's Fusion Sacré. Fusion Sacré has predominant notes of rum, spices, resins, patchouli, and sandalwood. All right, guys, this next one here at the 9th spot is a fragrance brand that I love, and I spoke to you guys about this over the past 3 years highly. All fragrances I've tried from this house has been always, you know, amazing quality, wow effect, if you will. And this one here is no different. We're talking Les Jeunes Enfants. Pardon my French, you know I don't speak French very well, but this one here, guys, a great boozy scent. I absolutely love this stuff. This is resinous, it's boozy, it's intoxicating, and it's very sensual. And here's why. It has notes of spiced rum, tobacco, resins, patchouli, and dried fruits. Absolutely stunning. Les Jeunes Enfants from Jovoy. Coming up on the list, this fragrance here on scent alone, which most fragrances from this particular line are incredible. Just wish they had a little longer performance. So for Pun, if you're listening, give us a noir or extreme version of this fragrance. And I'm talking about 1270 from Frappin, which is an incredible spiced, boozy type scent that does not give me more than 5 to 6 hours. If this stuff here gave me 8+, it would have been way higher on the list. So what I love about this fragrance, guys, it opens up with the beautiful dried fruit combination. It's like a drenched dry fruits, plummy kind of a vibe that you get. It's really fruity up top, very resinous, and you have this dry down, which is a gorgeous fruity vanilla bourbon infusion with a hint of honey. It is absolutely intoxicating, absolutely sensual. If you don't want something that's gonna project and last the whole day, but you want something to smell really amazing for a few hours, if you have, you know, if you're gonna meet somebody, a romantic encounter, if you're gonna go for a date, nice evening, you know, setting, this stuff will make you smell like $1,000,000 without trying too hard. 1270 from Frappin. This is a must-have if you want sensual boozy fragrances. At the 7th spot, this fragrance was one of the most talked about and sought after fragrances last year. I have a full review on this fragrance, so you guys can check it out up here. And this fragrance from the house of Kilian, you know Kilian is quality. This is going to be Angel's Share. So Angel's Share is going to be this fragrance that is predominantly a whiskey scent that's going to be aged in an oak barrel that had housed brandy or cognac. And then in the base, you have spices like cinnamon along with vanilla to give it a nice gourmandy kind of a touch. Amazing scent, long lasting. It's one of those scents that's gonna really set you apart from the crowd. You wanna smell unique, you really want a nice scent to make you stand out, Angel's Share is definitely the way to go. Next up, we have a fragrance that is, to me, one of the best creations I've tried this year, one of my favorite discoveries so far, and it is just a gorgeous fragrance. The name of the fragrance is Plum and Cognac, and the name says it all. It's going to be a drenched, juicy plum in amazing, scrumptious cognac. It's boozy, it's creamy, it's spicy, it's tantalizing. It's one of those fragrances that's definitely gonna grab you at hello. And it's a fragrance that, if you ask me my top favorite releases of 2021, this is definitely gonna make the top 3 at this point. We have about 3 months left to go in the year. Maybe it'll be my favorite one, period, but right now it's definitely in the top 3 best of 2021. Plum and Cognac from the house of Scents of Wood, which is a house you definitely have to explore. Speaking of explore, how about exploring not only Scents of Woods, but other 28 brands that are gonna be joining us at ScentXplore this year, 2021, 3rd edition, live virtual international event. So if you love perfumes, if you love niche fragrances, join us all day on December 4th, 2021. We're gonna have games, we're gonna have chat rooms, we're gonna have discussion panels with perfumers, Q&A sessions, giveaways. I mean, it's one for the books, guys. Details below. I hope to see you there. October 15th, it's going to be the closing of the 2nd tier, so really get it while you can, because chances are we're gonna be closing out, period, and there's not gonna be any more tickets available. I hope to see you there. Hope that you can join us for this memorable event that's gonna happen on December 4th, 2021. Details below. See you then. Fifth on the list is going to be a fragrance that was love at first sniff for me. And this fragrance house is one that I highly speak of because over the last, from 2018 and on, it's been a great love of mine. One of my top 5 niche fragrance discoveries over the past 5 years that I absolutely love everything they put out because it's quality from the presentation to the scents themselves. The fragrance I'm talking about is from the house of Amr Oud, and the scent is Santal d'Onde, which a lot of people don't know about this fragrance. And this was my first experience with Amr Oud. At Essence, fragrance convention, I tried this fragrance and I fell in love with it right off the bat. And this is a gorgeous sandalwood scent. Translating this is going to be Indian sandalwood. So it's a Mysore sandalwood, which is the best kind you can possibly acquire, along with this gorgeous boozy absinthe note. This stuff here is intriguing, it's mysterious, it's powerful, and it's definitely sensual. So guys, don't snooze on Amr Oud, a great brand that deserves your attention. This is one of those brands that fly right under the radar, that has some incredible hidden gems that I've discovered over the past few years. Next up, we have a fragrance from Nishani, which is a Turkish house. This is an absolutely stunning scent, gorgeous fragrance. If you haven't tried, you're missing out big time. This is Nishani's Fan Your Flames. This is a gorgeous fragrance that features spice rum with tobacco and gourmandy facets. And gourmandy facets I'm talking about here are going to be comprised of tonka beans and a creamy coconut in the heart. The base, you have gorgeous cedar along with oak moss, which adds this nice green and classy vibe to the scent. Nishani Fan Your Flames at the 4th spot. At the 3rd position here, this is a fragrance that is definitely in my top 5 Tom Fords of all time. Currently discontinued, but you can still find it out there fairly easy. And from what I hear, from the sources I hear from Tom Ford, this fragrance is going to be ported into the signature line in the next month or so. So you're going to be able to find it. Not only you'll find it, but you find it for a more affordable price. So of course, tobacco oud, as the name implies, tobacco oud, whiskey, resins, and spices, a powerhouse, bold, CEO type of a scent. If you want to smell bold and powerful, tobacco oud is the way to go. At the 2nd spot, this fragrance here was my favorite boozy fragrance for many, many years, featured in many top lists, and it's still one of my favorites. But it lost a spot for another fragrance that's currently my favorite boozy fragrance at the moment. This fragrance here, you guys know about it, I'm sure. Roja Parfums Enigma, or otherwise known as Creation E, is going to be a boozy cognac, leathery, ginger, spices, resins, and tobacco. Absolutely intoxicating, room-filling. In fact, this one and the other one coming up are no joke. And tobacco oud as well. So these 3 are very bold and powerful. So if you like beast-like fragrances that are boozy as well, any one of these 3 will be great for you. And this one here, definitely one of my favorite boozy fragrances of all time. All right, guys, what could be number 1? If you follow this channel, if you know my taste, and I've actually reviewed this fragrance for you guys, and I'll pop it up here if you guys missed the review where I go in depth on this fragrance. This is, to me right now, the best, cognac, powerful, bold, boss type of a fragrance in a bottle you can possibly find, and money can buy right now. This fragrance we're talking about is going to be Amouage Overture Man. I think this was released last year. Not as easy to find as some of the other Amouages, but I think you can now start to finding it a little bit easier here in America because now it's it's starting to get easier distributed here in America. And I think Nordstrom, you could find this fragrance. Cognac, spices, leather, and myrrh. The myrrh gives the fragrance a nice, intriguing, mysterious smokiness to the scent. The cognac is boozy, it's room feeling, it's powerful. Then you have the gorgeous leather facet. This stuff here, amazing, as good as it gets. Boozy fragrances, powerful, bold. Overture Man, one of the best money can buy today. Did I miss any fragrances on this list that you guys love? Let me know in the comments what I missed and what is your favorite scent or scents in the boozy, line of things, guys. Go crazy in the comments. As always, thank you so much for your support. Keep supporting the channel. That's all I need. I always ask for a like. Subscribe is greatly appreciated. And of course, you can turn on your notification bell icon for these videos to get straight into your feed. As always, guys, I'll see you right here again in the next video. Take care.